Booty hole.
Ryan.
Hmm?
Why are you breathing heavily on the mic?
I'm drinking actually, bitch.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right, cool. Cool.
I'm not exactly
when you wanna start, Edson?
All right,
When you
we
wanna start?
start. We're going 3, 2, 1, and clap. Okay, good.
Ooh, that was
Okay,
good,
we'll synchronize it from there. All right, let's go. Oh,
Yo, guys. Yo. Edson, introduce us.
Oh, come on! Every time I gotta do this. Nah, it's jokes. You did it last time. Welcome to the first, but officially second, but unofficially third podcast that we've recorded from A C.E.R.T-ified Podcast. With us, we have the bourbon champion Ryan Martinez.
Yeah, dick.
Yeah. We have our people's champion Josh True.
Hello.
And we have our big boss from 7th tier.
Big boss. I'm no big boss.
With a big cojones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Speak on that.
Guys,
Yeah,
you don't need to inflate his ego anymore, guys. Come on.
But yeah, that's what we have. Today we're going to be talking about, was My Hero Academia season 4? Was it good? How was it?
Yeah.
Season 4.
I found it
really
Who watched
good.
this?
I enjoyed it.
I watched it.
Absolutely.
It is really good.
I have some thoughts on it. That
Yeah.
Spit your facts, Josh. What are you saying?
I think it's
Controversial.
it's the weakest season so far.
What?
By
Oh,
a little,
wow.
by a
Wow.
considerable amount.
Hold on.
Very
That
controversial.
right there is absolutely bollocks. But I'm going to let you continue.
Okay, so the first,
Council should now
the
decide. your fate.
main problem I
Before,
have with
before
it.
we do that, I just want to hear what everybody's watching at the in terms of anime before we go to the main topic.
Wait. You know what I find funny is the way he goes, yeah, this is the weakest season. Everyone's like, so you've chosen death, have you?
what season is worse than this? I mean, you have all of the stuff going
The
on.
first one.
No, 'cause
I
that-
hate the
first one?
The first one was slow.
The first one?
Big man
It
team.
wasn't slow.
the first one was not.
Josh.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, Edson.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, can I just say, we've got Sean Sayers in the live stream saying false. Josh, you need to really back up your point here, because if you're chatting shit,
No, okay, hang on.
you're not going
Right.
to come on the
Right.
come on the podcast again.
Right, well,
You're
hang
not-
on. Let me spit my
Wait,
facts.
wait.
Right, let me spit my facts.
Before
Wait,
we go
wait.
to the
We can get back to what everyone's watching. We can get back to that later, right? Season 4,
yeah,
okay?
Before we go to the saucy shit, yeah.
Season 4 of My Hero Academia it has the weakest pacing. First of all, okay. I don't mind that the
agree.
first arc is really is really slow. I like the long drawn built up aspects of it, but then you have this sort of very quick in comparison arc with the gentle criminal and the sport and the festival. Which the festival, like, we're in a shonen superhero anime. Why do we want to see them preparing for a festival? It was the weakest. It was ridiculous. I didn't like the festival at all. And something that
Anime based on a school. Yeah.
Yeah, but
every anime that has a school in it.
Wait,
there's always a-
They had the sports
let him do his
festival.
topic.
they had
It's
the sports
tradition.
festival.
It's them rules.
Yeah, but they
bruh.
already had the sports festival. They already did their take on it, and it was good. It was a great arc. It gave Todoroki an amazing character arc. The thing is, like,
what, you think they're in school for 1 year?
well, hang on. Okay, the biggest problem I have with it, okay, is that it's nowhere near as interesting as the rest of the arcs, and it doesn't give a particular character an arc. Like, if you look at all of the other arcs, okay, all of the other little storylines, they all give a character an arc. The sports festival was Todoroki's arc, with even, like, Uraka getting some treatment in there. You had, obviously, like, Deku's had things going throughout. You had,
Deku always
what's
has
his
shit
name?
going on.
You had, you had
Midoriya-chan.
You had Ida in the Stain arc. He was the one who had the main character arc. The focus put on him. You had Togata, the guy who could go invincible. His arc was the arc right before the festival. The whole Chisaki arc.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
his arc. Every arc you can pin a character to that arc, a side character as well as Deku. And I just feel like you can't do that with the festival. Whose arc is the festival's arc?
The festival's arc, I would say, it's focused on what's that girl's name?
Jiro?
The one with earphone jack.
Yeah, Jiro. See, you say that, but it's so forced in. It's so forced in. We get like a little bit in one of the last episodes with her.
It is really forced. Yeah, it was really forced in. It was really rushed out. But I think I'll blame that in this outbreak shit. I want to blame it on the outbreak shit.
You can't blame it on the outbreak shit because this would have been in production for so much longer than before this outbreak shit.
Ooh,
okay, fair. Okay, fair.
Oh!
This is coming out. This is coming out a month.
Another point that I have, it's a filler arc. So
yeah, but
it is never like filler arcs are just there for the
but you can look at
for the manga to catch up with.
No. The manga is like really far ahead.
Still,
the manga was far ahead because this is like My Hero Academia doing it seasonal.
It's like with manga and anime. It's always been
the seasonal approach has the seasonal approach has sort of prevented that. And if you want to compare it, let's say this is a filler arc. It's sort of like I've read like the first 2 seasons worth of the show in the manga. The whole final exam arc is in the manga. So if that's sort of the equivalent to this, right? You would say that the final exam, the provisional exams, they're sort of the equivalent to the festivals, right? For the last 2 seasons. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
So how at least the final exams is in the manga. So and that final exams gives a lot of character work to Momo, as well as showcasing a lot of the other side characters and what they can do. We get season 4 gives us Lemillion's arc, which I will give everything up until the end of the Chisaki arc, and everything after that involving Eri.
Well, Chisaki, wait. Where's the Chisaki? Where's
everything up until the sports festival, and everything not the sports festival, everything up until the festival, and then everything in the festival with Eri, I will say is really good.
True.
And then right some things that happen right at the very end I don't really want to go into because I don't know who's seen what.
Oh, I've seen all of it, but
I know Taiye, you've only seen the dub, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so Taiye's.
Okay.
I watched dub, but I caught up on
so
sub.
are we? No, sorry. The end I saw, I'm just gonna say, is when Endeavor fights that guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's where I watched too. That's where the end of the season.
So you guys finished like the whole episode?
I finished it all this morning. That's why I confidently say it's the weakest. While it ends really strong and it starts like for the most part really strong, I think the pacing is a lot more awkward. It's a lot slower, and then you have this filler arc that just feels so out of place and so like haphazard. That
it does feel out of place. Like what I have to agree with you is that season 4 felt really out of place with some of the stuff that they've done. It just didn't feel like My Hero at its prime. Who is rustling bags? Ryan. Recording my
Ryan.
Whoa.
Goddamn, we're recording. Why are you rustling? Goddamn, rustle your face right now.
I'm hungry.
But then put it away from the mic. I'm trying to talk and this man opening this bag of Doritos or whatever the hell.
They are actually Oreo bites.
Nigga, I don't give a damn.
Just put it away from the goddamn mic, bro. Come on now.
All right.
It was the same thing as well. Like I don't think Josh knew about like our first podcast. But like in the first podcast that we've done, we could just hear Ryan chewing on the thing. Like, I was there sound designing, and I was like, "Who's chewing gum?" And you could just hear Ryan so loudly chewing gum.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Everybody was talking and making like a good party. You could just hear
Hey
him.
man, I'm not trying to go hungry during this lockdown.
Oh no!
Honestly.
But yeah, what was you saying about My Hero?
But yeah, My Hero Season 4 has been like filling out of place with a lot of the stuff that they're doing. But I guess it's like a necessary evil for the for like this whole thing. I'm not defending something that should be bad.
I don't even think the whole season is out of place. I think it's just the festival at the end.
There's even some stuff.
Hold on.
What's that?
This is absolutely no. Actually, Edson, you go first. You go.
Yeah, because there is some stuff that feel really out of place. Like, for example, who died?
Wait, you agree with Josh that it wasn't a good season?
I'm not saying it wasn't a good season. I'm saying it was the weakest.
I didn't say it was a good. Yeah, the weakest
I'm saying
season.
all of the other seasons are like 9s out of 10s, and this one's like a 7, I'd say.
Yeah, it's just a 7. Because like there's a lot of characters that they needed to introduce and they didn't introduce really well.
I think
like for characters that they would have like a little bit of a spotlight. For example, Fat Gum. I didn't know that he was gonna have like such a big role with Kirishima and stuff like that. And I guess manga readers.
I love Fat Gum and Kirishima.
Fat Gum is amazing.
Fat Gum and Kirishima are two of my they in the early arc, like in the first little bit of the season, they was my favorite characters.
Really?
Yeah.
They are amazing. Kirishima. I actually have a Funko Pop of Kirishima as well.
Kirishima is awesome, and I love the character development that he had on this in this arc. However, like supporting characters like Fat Gum, they didn't have too much on the spotlight. They were just there to be there, and then they just have he had like Fat Gum had more animation done to him than Mirio had in his battle with Shisaki.
Really?
Yeah, you can see like remember when on that like really on that really dramatic scene where Mirio was fighting Shisaki and he lost his quirk and he was like fighting and everything was just like slideshowing.
Yes.
I thought that like a big moment like that would have been more animated than that.
Oh no, I mean. You see this quite a lot in anime, don't you? Where they sort of like slow down important moments to like almost like a slideshow, just so each frame can have.
And it really seemed kind of off to me. Like, Fat Gum's animation was better than like.
I also
the illustration was still good, but I felt like it should be animated.
The animation
is Mirio, and we'd never seen a lot of Mirio.
Can we just quickly talk about the animation of the season? I think for the most part it was great, but there was some bits towards the end, like during the arc, where this may have been like right at the beginning, like the last few episodes might have been animated right at the beginning of all this coronavirus bullshit. But So, but you can tell like they look like slightly lower quality. They look a little bit like the drawings is a little bit worse. I think it's not like a major downgrade. It's just some things you look at it and you go, that'd be better earlier on in the show. But I might be able to put that down to the coronavirus. Like just work.
Yeah, that's why I was breaking, because even in the end of the season, the way that it just ended with like every single season, you guys can agree with me on it. Every single season and the last episode, they always ended with some like exposition and stuff like that. Yeah. And the way on like 4th season ended is like they just put it the same credit song that they put on other episodes, and then they just put on like on a like one of those episode ending credits things, and they showed like Deku's Dream, the one. I don't know if everybody's caught with Deku's Dream. Nobody's caught up with.
I think
guys caught up with Deku's Dream.
I didn't watch.
Is Ryan still here?
Wait, was there a post-credit scene for that then?
No.
Was there something after the credits have started rolling?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I'm so used to what I do, because I hate watching the like next time portions. I'll just wait for next week. So I never watched
Yeah.
them. So I'm so used to just clicking out. Shit, I'm missing. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Such a really it was a really important thing, and that's usually Ryan left. You'll come back in a bit. Yes, we can hear you now.
We can hear you.
But yeah.
Fuck, I've been busting bare jokes the whole time. I thought you were just fucking ignoring me.
Why? What did you think? What did you think of season 4?
I think I enjoyed it for the most part. I feel like it dragged on a bit, but I swear, My Hero.
Yeah,
does
that's
that
another
a bit.
good point as well. Yeah, My Hero
Yeah,
usually does that a bit. It drags on a little.
My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing. Like,
yeah.
that is one thing that the first 3 seasons did really well. Their pacing was impeccable, and that's why seeing that it sort of dips a little
Because
bit. I don't mind them taking a longer arc, focusing a lot more on it, because I really loved it. I loved all the stuff they did with Nightai, the stuff they did with Mirio, the stuff they did with Eri, the stuff they did with Chisaki. I loved all of that. I love the stuff they did with all the main characters throughout all of that. I loved the gravitas, the stakes. I think the final battle did get a little bit over bloated, when Deku's full 100%. I feel like it is just trying to top the rest. But at the same time, it's still it's not bad. It's still.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. In the first seasons, because I know I know that Horikoshi is a big fan of Naruto, and I'm pretty sure that every fan of Naruto knows that Naruto drags on a little bit filler. So I guess that's something. I guess it always feels like it was something that he always wanted to kind of shy away from. He doesn't want to overbloat it with fillers and stuff. What's your question?
I've got a question. Yeah. Do you reckon when Deku's gonna fucking clap Uraraka's cheeks, did he just call her a Detroit Smash?
My guy, they're 15.
Is that,
hang on. Age of consent is 13 in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's Western.
What? Wait, what?
Age of
consent in Japan is 13. I guess it's around the age of 13.
Yeah, you can literally. You can.
People just like to fuck kids over there. That's what it is.
Yeah, no. You so basically, you know how these motherfuckers, leave their school, walks to a love hotel with their girl, pipes, and they're allowed to do that.
You've been watching a lot of these stuff.
That is mad.
I've been watching a lot of romance animes where they awkwardly have to share a bed in a love hotel. I don't know why. They could have one of them could just sleep on a fucking floor, and none of them decide to take the bed.
To be fair, I've slept on a floor before. It's not comfortable. It's not.
Hey,
comfortable.
big man,
You're just.
I'm pretty sure that those kind of roll beds. I'm pretty sure that they have some kind of special padding though, because they're they call it mattresses. So I'm pretty sure that they should have special.
They call them futons actually. Bitch.
Or futons. That's exactly futons.
Hey, yeah, I can't lie though. Sorry, I just want to cut Josh. I think you're.
Did you think
I think you're completely off with this season 4, bro. Honestly.
So you think, right?
You gotta. I think it's a good idea for you to YouTube it now and see the dream sequence that he had, because it is.
I'm not going to YouTube it. I have Funimation. Okay, I'm not fucking cheap.
Okay.
I have.
Watch it in HD, my guy.
I have my Funimation, alright. Which I will be cancelling that soon, I think.
Ooh, why? Why is that?
Because I'm not going to use it. I'm watching horror films more.
Big man thing.
Oh, wow.
There's more
I'd rather.
than My Hero.
Yes, but I have there's some on Netflix. B, I have Afro Samurai to watch. That's next on my list. That's on, I have that on Blu-ray as well. I have that.
Samurai is awesome.
Yeah, that's
RZA made the song. RZA made the song for Resurrection. I
have the all 5 episodes and the film on Blu-ray. So.
Nice.
I feel like no samurai anime can top Samurai Champloo.
Lies.
Oh, that's our next topic. Let's go.
That's our next topic. Are we going on to that? Are we going on to that?
Yeah.
We're going up. But wait, I want to see your reaction to this.
Okay. So hang on. I've swapped the graphic over to the what's it? The Samurai Champloo versus thing. I've swapped the graphic over on the OBS. Are we?
Look at like listening is ring.
Right. Well, let's start this topic. Right. I'm not anywhere near as involved in this. I haven't seen I've seen a little bit of. I've seen a little bit of Cowboy Bebop. I watched like an episode maybe, and then I've seen.
What did you say? What did you say, Ryan?
I haven't seen any fucking Cowboy Bebop. None.
You don't deserve to be here.
Oh, come on, even I've watched like an episode.
I tried to watch the first episode, but this was like when I first came into anime, and it looked so then I was like, I can't be asked.
I'm the only one qualified to talk about the topic. I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna say my shit, and I've been.
Hang on, just quickly. One last thing before we move over. The second song, the second OP in My Hero Season 4 was awful.
Which one is that?
The one where they're all dancing for the festival. I hated that song. I hated that OP.
No. That's not particularly.
Bro, you just hate
the worst one.
That's it.
No. It is the worst one compared to like ever like Sora New Taiye or something, like the first song from Porno Graffiti. But me as a music, the song is not particularly bad. The way that he sings it, it's a little bit annoying because like I don't understand anything and it's not funny. So it's a little bit thing. But the second part of the song,
check it, dogs. Check it.
Shit, what's going on here? What's going on in this fucking dream?
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you. Like, it's so. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just put up the list of animes I'm currently watching.
Yeah.
Bro, has he just seen? No way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait, what are you chatting? What's you chatting about?
The dream sequence.
Yeah, what about it?
You haven't seen the dream sequence.
Have you seen the dream sequence?
Yes.
He's seen the first One for All user.
No, he's seen number 9. He's seen number 9.
Yeah.
He's seen all of them.
Was he all of them, brother?
Oh,
Yeah,
what the fuck is up?
And then when he was about to give his hand to the first user, the glass in his room shattered, and then it was just him looking at his hand, like with the
One for All. Jesus Christ! What? Oh my god!
Hey, tell me why. Can someone answer? I'm just asking. Tell me why one of them looks like best. Just saying. I'm just saying.
What?
Why one of them looks like best genius?
One of the One for All users looks like best genius.
I didn't spot him.
It kind of. No, I know who you're talking about, but it's not best genius. It's
He said looks like you fucking drug out.
I said yeah.
But it does look like him, but it's not.
What's going on there? What's going on?
So yeah, he's just lining up. It's him lining up with all of the previous users from One for All. And
Wait,
then
where are you seeing this?
It's the dream sequence from the last episode.
It's like, you know where they usually put a teaser for the next episode? It's right there at the end.
At the same time?
No, I just watched it for the first time. I didn't. I'm the one guy who just skips the next time bit, so I obviously didn't find out about it.
Wow.
Hold on a minute. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm on Crunchyroll for some reason.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome. That dream sequence was mad. Was mad. Anyway, back to Samurai.
But Samurai.
Before we even move on to that topic, I know I'm gonna destroy y'all.
Holy shit, we're not getting anywhere today. Fucking no.
I want to know which anime are you watching at the moment? Because I started Iron Blooded Orphans and I am shook.
Hey,
I started that this morning.
I put all of these on.
I started that this morning because I saw it was an episode topic. I watched the first episode so that I'd have some context and some like opinion.
Yeah.
And
I've seen the first 3 and I am shook. I mean, not entirely shook because I know that this Gundam, like this is pretty much Gundam in a nutshell. But
see, I'm
the main fucking character, dude.
See, aside from
Misaki.
Yeah, the guy has no fucking heart.
No.
Young Savage, why you got no heart?
What were you saying,
But
Josh?
yeah, aside from like Iron-Blooded Orphans, I was mainly watching My Hero. Now I think I'm gonna move on to Afro Samurai. Just try and knock. I'm gonna try. I want to try and knock that out in a day. So like, just get all of the whole.
Yeah, you can easily do that.
Yeah, because it's like 5 episodes in a film. I can get that done in a day.
Yeah. But Iron-Blooded Orphans, thank you to Ryan. You put that on all of us essentially, right?
It is awesome.
Nearly. I'm not quite sold on it. I have my reasons, but
Why?
Why is that?
well, hang on. Do you guys want to move on to that topic, or do you want to move on to Cowboy Bebop?
No, we moved on.
Move on to
the graphics card is in place. The
Okay,
graphics card is in place. We're moving on to Iron-Blooded.
Okay, so my problem. Okay, Iron-Blooded. The first episode is very heavy-handed with its themes.
Nah,
Like
one of the
you can tell it is so obvious. They're talking about class. They're talking about like the divide between the classes. You know
but it's giving you a feel as to what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but there's giving you a feel as to what the fuck is going on, and then there's slapping you with a theme like that theme is Mike Tyson or something like that. That was so heavy. That was so heavy-handed the way they hit you with that theme. It's unreal.
How do you think they did that? What part do you think they did that?
Just the girl character. I can't remember her name. I stayed up all night. I don't remember
something. The German name. Just say the name.
Princess something.
Yeah, the princess. Call her Princess Peach for all I care.
Princess Peach.
It's not like it though.
Princess Peach, man. What's her name? Her name's flip's sake. What's her name?
Cordelia.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it.
She.
Yeah. What's it? Iron-Blooded
My
Orphans.
audio is still fine, by the way.
Taiye, have you finished it?
Iron-Blooded Orphans is amazing.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. Of course I did.
What do you think of the ending?
Wait, no. Don't think about the ending. I've seen only 3 episodes.
Yeah, I've only watched the first episode, guys. Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah, what's it? Hey, Ryan, you're asking me what I think of it. Ryan, you're asking what I thought of it, Ryan. Bruv,
yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. First of all, shout out my guy Olga, yeah? Olga's a boss. Olga is certified.
I'm 3 episodes in and I know that.
You lot, all I'm gonna say is you lot are gonna be crying throughout the whole fucking thing. Trust me.
I already cried on the first episode. What are you talking about?
Bruv,
See, I think the themes are just so heavy-handed that it might be a little bit hard to get into the story for me.
No, the thing is,
shit.
Hey, Josh, relax.
Like, give it a chance because there's so many plot twists. Like, you think one thing, and then boom, another thing happens, and then it all goes to shit.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that they make you love all these characters, and boom, they get fucked
Whoa!
up.
Don't.
Yeah, try not do this. Try not spoil anything, alright?
Yeah,
No,
right.
No. Listen, I didn't say that they were fucking dead. Yeah, I just said they get fucked up. That could be mentally, physically.
They died. They're obviously gonna die.
Yeah, but they're pretty much.
No.
They're already pretty much mentally fucked up. They're already on a utilitarian
exactly,
orphanage.
which makes you cry because like a lot of them have fucking they're basically human trash.
Debris. They're human debris.
They call them space
human
rats.
debris. Good,
Yeah, but they feel
call
like
them
they've.
space rats.
I
No,
think
but the official term is
That's-
human degree.
that's the thing. It's so. I think for me, it's hard to get emotionally invested in all of that because it is so heavy-handed with this message.
No, you have to watch. You have to watch the rest.
But
Obviously, I'm gonna watch the rest. But from episode 1, it seems like it's so beating you over the head with this theme,
That's
class.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all anime. I think
Not really. No, because
the only anime that hits you with heavy theme, race and racism and shit like that, really ambiguously, was Attack on Titan. But that was even they revealed what was going on.
see, I think if we're gonna tackle themes in anime, I'm not talking just themes of class, race, all that. I'm thinking just themes in general. You have Death Note has themes of playing God and all of that.
Yeah.
That's the
And
it's
it's a lot less it's a lot less obvious.
Yeah.
it's a
My
lot less obvious. Yeah.
Like,
Have you not
it's...
watched
I
Inspector?
have to agree.
Have you
I've-
not watched Inspector?
No, I haven't.
And the Spectre, no,
I
no.
haven't
Nah.
heard of that one.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. But it's it's like basically Death Note, but not Death Note.
Death Note, but not
Mm.
Death Note. So you're talking about the Netflix adaptation?
No.
Right, I remember I stayed up. I was up at like midnight waiting for that film. I was so excited for that film. The Japanese ones are
Josh,
better.
I can remember when we
you
were
felt
talking
silly.
about
You
that.
felt silly, bitch.
Bro, I
Bet you
feel
felt
so
silly.
bad.
I went to bed. It came out at like 8 o'clock because of time zones. But I've got the Japanese ones on DVD. They're much better.
Like, for real, anime movies to stop. No, actually, no. Anime movies need to follow Rurouni Kenshin's.
Also, you can't say anime films suck because
No, they don't.
no.
you
Well,
can't.
hang on. You can't say the reason you can't say that.
Ooh.
The two reasons you can't say that is Death Note, the Japanese one, the first one, and then Death Note 2, the Japanese one.
Oh yeah. The Japanese adaptations of the live action are so awesome.
They are great. I really liked them the first time I watched it. I haven't seen them.
The
in
2005
years.
and 2006 one are so great.
Yeah.
Bro,
Honestly, they're
bro.
so awesome.
Bro, fuck that. You know what the best live action adaptation is?
What?
The Dragon Ball Z one in the early 2000s.
Fuck off. That was late.
Hey,
First of all, that was late
hey,
2000s. Okay.
Ryan,
Don't get
Ryan,
it. That was late
I will
2000s.
punch you in the face.
Can you leave? Can you leave, please?
Leave,
Alright, bye.
leave.
Nah. Guys, we know in all seriousness, right? Oh shit, she left.
Like, bitch, I'm like COVID. You can't get rid of me that easy.
But nah, one of the best adaptations, yes, is Death Note, the Japanese. Rurouni Kenshin, the trilogy, the whole movie trilogy.
What do you guys think of the?
They're
Has anyone
actually okay.
seen? Has anyone seen the Tokyo Ghoul live action adaptation?
No.
No,
They're
it looks,
okay.
It looks like AIDS.
The live action adaptation is okay. I
Because
haven't seen the second movie.
because I liked the first season of the anime. I couldn't get into the second season. The second season was just so slow, so dull.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro,
It felt like nothing
know
was
what I love?
happening for so long.
have you not seen Initial D's live action thing? It's fucking amazing. I liked it.
No, I haven't
I
seen
haven't
that.
actually. I haven't actually seen
It's
it.
hilarious. It's hilarious. I like
Yeah.
it.
Kane has been telling me to watch
Do
it.
you know what I think is like a guilty pleasure for me?
Was
Like, and I
that-
say
What?
guilty pleasure in the way that it's not a great
Hentai.
film, but I kind of enjoy it. Like the Ghost in the Shell live action film.
I haven't
really?
seen it.
The one with,
I haven't
Scarlett
seen it.
Johansson.
I kind of
Yeah.
enjoy it. That's maybe because I'm yet to watch the original. It's one of those films
Yeah,
that I just
yeah.
keep seeing.
To
I
be
keep,
honest, To be honest, I can't blame you watching liking a couple stuff that is not actually like deemed great on a great pedestal.
Yeah.
One of my guilty pleasures to watch on Netflix is Bleach live adaptation.
the Bleach one, did you say?
That was alright. Yeah, that was right.
That was alright. Yeah.
I've heard good things
The
about
actors-
that. I've heard.
The thing is that the actors that they chose to play these characters look like the fucking animated versions.
Yeah.
Like Chad.
Mm.
Like Chad.
Chad.
And
Did you guys
Chad-
hear
no,
about?
Chad is actually great.
Mm,
One of the
motherfucker with
problems
glasses.
that I had. Yeah. Oh yeah. What's his name?
Fuck his name. I haven't seen Bleach in few
Did
years.
you guys-
But was
Did
that?
Did you guys hear about the Akira live action adaptation that they were doing?
Oh,
Nah.
that shit has been on the works. Who's coughing?
Well,
like
that
Nah.
was they had like
What's it?
they were so close to
No, sorry,
production. They
I
had.
meant-
How do you think? Hey, how do you
Hang
think?
on,
How do
can
you
I-
think how do you think a live adaptation of Iron Blooded Orphans would be?
I reckon
I don't think they could, because it just come out looking like Pacific Rim.
that's what I was about to
Yes.
say. Like,
Yeah,
it looked-
you're right.
I actually enjoyed the second one. I thought it was okay. I'm still yet to watch the first one though. So.
I feel like
Yeah,
the second
it was
one
good. That's a good
I
film.
feel like
I
the
don't like
second
the
one was
second
too rushed. I feel like it was too rushed.
It was too rushed. Yeah, it was really rushed.
I feel like, yeah. You started the movie, you blinked once, and then boom, it was the end.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think that film. I remember. I went to the cinema and saw it, and it was like the adverts were late because I did
Did you see-
I did a triple feature, and I went between film to film to film, and I was sitting there. I was like, oh, they're good. I'm gonna run into the adverts for Pacific Rim. I was there waiting for like a good 5 minutes with just a black screen before the film came on, or for the
Oh,
adverts.
man.
Really?
That is one of the things that I hate about the first one. But the first one though, if you don't know, I'm like a big avid fan of mecha and like giant robots and shit, and I fucking love First Pacific Rim because it's awesome. The weight that you feel when somebody punches something in the first one is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I have it on Blu-ray.
Like,
I'm just still need to watch it.
The thing is, yeah, that's what I love about the CG about it. Like, when they punch the monsters, you can see all the loose bits of metal jiggling and shit.
Yeah,
so
drop
you know
off.
the impact.
Yeah.
And the way that all...
on the second one, and like on the first one, it's like you can see that the giant robots, they're all tailored according to their pilots' stuff. According to the
fighting style, yeah. Because
the
if you
triplets.
compare it to anime, if you can compare it to like Gundam anime, like Iron Blooded, all things, see fucking Misaki, fucking going zoom like in instance, just chefing niggas,
Yeah.
And then,
Mizuki is I'm telling you right now, Mizuki is if he was like from ends from London, he would murk everybody.
he became fuck like.
He's
been scoring so many points. You don't understand. Like you'd be a jaw rapper. That's how bad he is.
The first shot that we get from this man is him struggling to even wield a gun and shooting this man blooded, falling on the ground with his blood, with the man's blood in his face.
Yeah, but then think about it. He was like 10 years old.
What's next?
Wait, can we actually talk about that? Wait, my mum was, how old was he in that? And he shot somebody.
He was like
10 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
I mean, this is like that must be a flip. That must be like a flipped version of America, where instead of police shooting 10-year-olds, it's 10-year-olds shooting police.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's serious. But what pisses me off, is that throughout the whole anime, they show that very same moment and never like who the fuck they shot. Like they never show.
Who was it?
That might not be important to the story. Then that might be like the important
it was just
thing.
Some random joke.
Well, no, the important thing to the story probably is like that he shot someone. It's him trying to. The focus is on him. We don't need to. They don't.
Yeah.
They probably don't need to spend as much unnecessary time building up who it is, unless it directly ties into his arc. That's the thing.
It is a nitpick. It is a nitpick.
No, because supposedly that's when he met Orga.
Oh, that is actually, yeah. That's where he met Olga. That's when he decided that he was gonna follow Olga into the fucking pits of hell. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know, So basically, you see how. Let me start. I was ruining the whole fucking anime. Never mind.
Wait,
bro, you cut out, I didn't hear anything.
Because I almost ruined it, but no, I can work in a way to ruin it. So basically, there's a mobile game that was released in Japan, of the.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know what you're on about.
Because I thought there was gonna be like another season, because it made it look like there was gonna be another season.
Yeah.
No, but then they released a mobile game.
Hang on, is the story finished or is it cancelled?
I think there's like 2 seasons.
Well, it depends because they leave.
No, Ryan, you're right actually, because that game could essentially be a continuation of it.
No, because.
What, you think they're gonna pull out an Evangelion on it? Jesus.
Basically what happened was is that the ending. It was concluded on the main character's story. The main character's story was concluded. However, there was a few unanswered questions left.
Okay, so it was finished.
And like how Naruto like went on to Boruto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like rumors of like shit like that happening because.
Because it's been a thing as well. I won't read episodes, but I see that they're using one of the old models from the Gundam that they used in another series. Which I think it might be what they're gonna pull out, like that. Kind of, because the Gundam model that they're using, the Gundam model that they're using in this anime,
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense, but because what's it called? In the mobile game. The main character in the mobile game looks just like Mizuki. Is it Mizuki?
Hey Ryan, shut up. Ryan, relax.
No, but it was confirmed that it's not his son. It's not his son.
Oh,
apparently.
Wait, this guy has a son?
Yeah, this guy has a son, Ryan. What the hell are you spoiling over here, man? Come on.
Yeah, guys.
If you're eventually gonna have a son, it's not that big. It's not that deep. Shut up.
Now I know that this man has a heart.
Oh my gosh!
Are we thinking of the same person here? Am I thinking of like the really cold person who wouldn't even shake the princess's hand? Or am I thinking of a different character?
You see, this is why you need to watch it. You see, it's why you need to watch it.
Because I watched the first episode. I need to rewatch it. I need to watch the whole thing.
Watch the whole thing.
I'll watch the whole.
Because this is what I mean. If you think you've got this all like mapped out, and you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. No, you don't. You don't, because like it.
But thanks for the spoiler, you prick.
That's why you should listen. Ryan, that's your fault.
Ryan, that's enough.
Give you a trailer. All I did was give you a
trailer. Have mercy. Please.
I don't want a trailer. I don't want to know. I already know that. I already know. Right? You guys have been hyping it up. I already know it's worth watching. I don't need to know anything else. And you just told me you just spoiled something. You spoiled it for any viewer who is looking at it like, maybe I'm gonna watch this anime. I haven't heard of it before. You know, I'm clicking on it for My Hero. I haven't heard of this iron-blooded orphan thing.
This is my message to the viewer. This is my message to the viewer. Even if you think I spelled it, fuck you. Watch it anyways. Just watch it anyways. I don't care.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just watch it. Yeah, three episodes in.
That's crazy. Hey guys, did you want to talk more about Samurai Champloo?
Yes.
You know what? Like Samurai Champloo, has a few like moments where are meme worthy. That like they're actually meme worthy, and I'm actually gonna sit down one day and like edit them. And like edit them on my computer, on my laptop, and like, just like make them.
So
make them into memes.
I've seen some of them.
Have you not watched all of it then?
No.
Okay, this is gonna be the bit where I have no clue what's going on, because I've seen I've seen a little bit of Cowboy Bebop. I understand a little bit of the like aesthetic of it. I don't remember anything about the plot. But I have never heard of Samurai Champloo, so this is. I have the wikis. I have the Wikipedia pages for Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop up.
Basically, yeah. Let me. In terms of the aesthetic,
Right.
What?
Before we're gonna leave that to last. I know.
What? Say that again. You're cutting out.
No, sorry. I said that we're gonna leave that one last topic, because I know that I'm gonna destroy y'all with the topic, because I'm.
Alright then, bet. Okay. Listen to this then. Yeah.
But
look, these are the animes I'm currently watching.
Okay.
1 second. Let me put the fucking titles up. So there is this first one here is good. So it's a slice of life. Yeah, it's called Sing, quotation marks, yesterday, end quotation marks, for me. Yeah, and it's about this guy who just graduated out of like university, and all his mates and his crush and everything. He was meant to ask his crush out on like graduation day. Yeah. But like it got awkward and he wasn't able to. He pussied out. Yeah. So he came out of graduation. All his boys started like working like their part time, like found like big boy jobs, like big like office jobs, and one of like his crush became a teacher, and my man's still a part timer at a grocery store. Yeah. So he feels like he's failed at life, innit? And then he meets a little girl. So he meets a girl who's just like in her final year of uni or like high school or some shit.
Yeah.
And she develops a crush on him. She like,
which is perfectly legal in Japan.
Yeah. So then so like she
Josh, there's not going to be 13 issue, but it's alright.
Yeah. No, she's like 17 in this. He's like 20, 23.
Which is like really old for like, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward because he's like 20 and she's 17, but they're actually like three years apart. Like over here would be consensual, you know.
What's it called? So what's it called? So she has a crush on him, and she's like alone as well. And she got kicked out of her school on her final year because she had a job at a bar, right? And so turns out the guy's crush from school moves back into town to be a teacher, and the girl that has a crush on him was his crush's student. And so he asked her out now that adults, and then turns out his crush was in love with someone else who died, and so she couldn't see herself loving anyone else. Right? Yeah. And so there's only two episodes out so far, but the whole thing is him like trying to find like somewhere where he can feel like he hasn't failed in life, and this girl just basically like chasing after him essentially.
That's pretty good.
And then the next anime is Dai Shogun, yeah.
Dai Shogun.
Yeah, it's about like shinobi and shit during the Edo period.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, but it's weird because the animation's like very Boondocksy. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you joking? Oh, I'm definitely. I want to watch it.
I'll watch that.
So basically, is this guy called I forget his name. Fun. So basically, the Edo Shogun in this anime has died, and it's being kept under wraps because there's this the main character. He's basically like a nobody, innit? He's like a broke kid who loves starting fights, and he's actually like proper dense and like he's actually overpowered when it comes to fighting, but he's never killed anyone. And it turns out he is the bastard son of the shogun. He's because the shogun got one of his concubines pregnant, and he's the child. And the shogun worried that he was gonna get fucking like obviously assassinated as a kid because due to the fact he's the next in line. And so the shogun sends him away as a baby to live with a shinobi who's old and poses as his grandma. And then so all of that. So now that the shogun's dead, the people who killed the shogun are looking for him, but they don't know who he is. Well, they found out who he is, but he has like a lighter thing that has the crest of the shogun. Yeah. And the top shinobi was in charge with the mission of finding him is about his age or some shit. Because at this point he's 17, isn't it? And, this is where it gets a little bit questionable, isn't it? So turns out there's these things called onigamis, shinsegumis or some shit. And basically they're like Gundams, but like made out of steam engines and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
this sounded like really like not like. This sounded like it wasn't that out there. Like it was a little bit more grounded, and then fucking Gundams. Like where the?
I can't lie though. I can't lie. It sounds lit.
Yeah, it sounds lit. Would you say it's kind of like Cabaneri of the Iron Force?
Well, yeah, it does have a little bit of that like sort of vibe to it, but it's older than that, like the time period. And basically, the reason why so the limitations of him piloting the fucking thing is obviously he used to have the lighter case or the case thing with the crest on it to activate and control it, and he needs to be a virgin. And he needs to have a female partner who's also a virgin.
Is this from Studio Trigger?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's on Crunchyroll, and then
it must be Studio Trigger because they pull out the same fucking darling.
I don't know.
Hang on. What's it called? I'll do a Google on it. What's it?
Dai Shogun.
So DAI, and then Shogun with a dash.
Okay, let me full screen it.
I want
Shogun. Reviews are a little bit mixed. Studio really? JC Staff and ACGT.
JC Staff.
Yeah.
JC Staff, mad. I don't know who that is.
Is it like computer anim? No, wait, no, I've seen the.
To be fair, the Gundam battles are CG, so.
Why is there a heavy focus on nudity?
Pretty much an issue. It's pretty much an issue.
Because the DVD cover. I found the DVD cover. The DVD cover has sort of like a mech on the back, and like just three naked women
girls on the top. Yeah, I'm looking at the same one, bro.
What the fuck?
It's literally like the third picture that they give you.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of.
What else are you watching?
What else? So Fruit Basket's second season just came out.
Yeah.
That's like a romance slice of life anime about the So you see the Chinese new, like I think the zodiac animals, yeah. So basically, there's a bunch of like people who've got the curse of the zodiac animals, and if they're touched by, like, hugged or embraced by the other gender, they turn into these animals. They go poof and turn into these animals. And basically, it's this girl called Toru Honda, who basically her mum died and her granddad can't keep her, so she was basically homeless and bought a tent and started living in a forest.
Yeah.
Right, but still going to school. That's mad, you know. And then she started working in a hospital just to be able to pay off school and food. So then she gets found by the Soma family. So the Soma family, all the members of the Soma family have the zodiac, have like the zodiac curse, and basically the rat and the cat meet her, and then she starts living at their house because their carer goes, yeah, she's homeless, it's a bit peak, so let's take her in, and she could just be a caretaker as a thank you. And so she basically just cooks for them and shit. And so basically the cat boy and the rat boy, I keep forgetting the name, but anyways, they go to the same school as her, and the rat guy, so the guy who's a rat, he's not a snake, but like a snitch, but like he's like just his zodiac animal is the rat. So basically he goes, so he's like paying in it. So all the girls in the school are like, oh, he's my prince, oh my god, and the cat boy, he's paying as well, but then so he transfers into the school when Toru starts going, finds out Toru goes to it, and then all the girls at first are like, oh yeah, he's paying, but he's like really brutish, like he's very like, he's not stupid, but like he's just like toxic masculine. So he's always like wanting to fight and shit, and like very moody. Yeah. And so the anime is just about that. So and season 2 has just started. So and
awesome.
And then Tower of God. It's basically SAO, but without like virtual, like without being isekai. So basically, he's actually. So
I've heard very bad things about Sword Art Online.
Oh my gosh! Let's not talk about that.
We need to leave this. We need to leave this for another podcast. This is. Oh my god!
Well, it sounds like I struck a nerve there.
We're not talking about Sword Art Online.
I feel like this thing is because SAO started very slow and like very
can you leave again?
Can I leave?
Yeah, again, please. I'm joking.
What?
No, basically.
No, I said because that's Sword Art Online. That's trash, nigga.
No, listen to me. Listen to me, young. Listen to me. It starts. I get it. I get why people don't like it because it starts off very like ecchi, very like harem, like childish almost, like unprofessional, like unserious. But then from Alexation onwards, it's a whole different anime, bro. Like it's fucking gory, it's dark, it's suspenseful. I'm actually like I loved it. I only watched SAO at first because basically, no word of a lie. I watched High School DxD and then I finished it and then I was like, rah. So then I moved on to SAO and then I was like, okay, yes, titties, cool. So
wow.
So then and then after like,
I waste this man's heart.
You're a very easy man to please.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, but nah.
Girls, if you're watching, you know, Julio.
Man,
anyways, and then like Alexation started, and it's just got so dark and it's so fucking amazing now. I love it. I do have to say though, the first few seasons of SAO, like from Gun Girl to the Elf one to the start, they are very immature.
I've only heard
they're like really wait. They're like really immature and like shit compared to the final few seasons, like Alicization, War of the Underworld, and that. Because in this one, is still an isekai, but the thing is that if he dies, like he's gone back to the thing where if he dies, he's basically a vegetable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've only heard good things about Gongil, but I heard a couple.
Yeah, what's it?
From the second and third season.
Edson, what are you watching?
Me? Oh my god, I'm not watching a lot of them. Besides My Hero Academia, which I already finished, I was watching I've started watching Blooded Orphans.
Which I put you on. Yes.
What?
Huh? I said which I put you on. Which I put you on.
Yeah, okay, bet. Okay, that's true. I was also watching the old Baki series, which is fighting anime.
Oh, Baki, I fucking hated it. I did not enjoy that.
You cannot. I'm not talking about the 2018 adaptation. I'm talking about the.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen the old one. The old one. I've only seen the new one, the 2018 adaptation. Like, I thought it was cool at first. I thought it was sick at first because it was like proper gory. That when the fucking motherfucker shoots his cheek with a gun. Yeah, but then I was like, but then after it all, it just kind of got like weird, man. I just couldn't I just didn't.
Really?
Like yeah, so the 3D.
Wow, bro.
The thing is, it's one of those animes where the 3D CG was just like just makes
what's
it
this one,
look
sorry?
dull, man.
Baki the Grappler. There's the 2018 Netflix version.
I can't lie, Edson. I didn't finish it either.
Really?
It's a bit basic. Do you get me?
Yeah, I haven't finished. Because the thing is, it's like there's a lot that goes into it. It's a really old series, and again, like if you're not like big on martial arts, I don't think that you're gonna enjoy it. But it's a really good series.
As well.
It's a really good series. Yeah, it is really interesting.
I found it interesting, but I just didn't like the CG they used. So I finished the first season, and then I didn't carry on.
Because I haven't watched the 2018 version yet. I haven't finished the old Baki series yet.
It's just all a bit over the top. The thing is that
it is wild. It is so wild. The old version is just that like this motherfucker is like 13. He's 13, right? And there's like this 15-year-old, the big dude. I don't know if he's on the Netflix series, and he's like 15 years old in the old series. And this man is like a sumo wrestler built like a 30-year-old muscle man, bro. And then he's like, you can see this man like rip a whole tire with his hands. And it's like they say that this man is like he has the best. He has like the strongest grip in the world. That's why he can rip stuff like so easily as that. And I'm on here like, yo, this man is a gangster. Like he grabbed Baki's leg in the old series and he popped it like a balloon, bro. Like that's why I love this series, because they exaggerate a lot of body and shit. It's so weird. And he popped his on like a balloon, but the man wasn't phased. I was like, yo, Baki's a real gangster. Yeah. Like that shit was awesome. Like the old series is so cool. Love it.
Josh, what are you watching?
What am I watching? I already answered this before. I already answered.
That was just like cool story, bro. Josh, what you watching?
I'm like, yeah, and he's like, What about you, Josh?
I already answered that earlier. I said that I watched My Hero. Now I'm moving on to. I watched the first episode of Iron Blooded Orphans, and I want to do Afro Samurai.
What about you, Taiye? What about you?
I'm not watching shit. I'm not watching anything at the moment. I'm gonna start. I want to start. Fire Force again, honestly, because I haven't watched it in such a long time, and I want to start.
Do you know what you should watch, Taiye?
What? Don't! No! Shut up!
You have
A.C.E.R.T.
You have my DVD copy of A.C.E.R.T. Okay, you have. There are 2 versions there for you, Taiye.
Okay. So what I'm gonna start watching? I'm not watching anything now. What I'm gonna start watching is A.C.E.R.T., Fire Force.
Okay, you don't start watching a film. You sit down for 2 hours. I don't even think the film's 2 hours. You just sit down and watch A.C.E.R.T. That's how I did it.
Yeah, just sit down and watch A.C.E.R.T. I'm telling you, I'm definitely.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the tips.
It's going to impress you.
One thing we can all agree on is Fire Force's first OP was fucking lit.
Ooh. Bro, this shit was fire.
Have you not seen
fire, bro?
Have you not seen Given?
Nah.
It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because it's about homosexuals, isn't it? But
like
it's about homosexuals. So basically, It's basically
so
the main
there's
character.
a homosexual anime besides Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, but this one it's like they're all gay, but like it's not really like shoved in your face. You get what I mean?
Wait, is it the one
Is
that you're
it?
talking about? With they're all in a band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
I
I'm
forgot
waiting on
about
season
that.
2 of that. It's fucking sick. I don't care. It's mad. It's good. So
I
basically,
forgot about that. I meant to be watching it too.
basically, yeah, this whole like the whole anime, they have like actual like paid like real bands like come in and like the music quality is fucking amazing. The animation is perfect and crisp. Yeah, the story is nice because the thing is, it's like they show about the gay love and that, yeah, but it's not like shoved in your face like if you're straight,
Oh,
you're
that's
bad
awesome.
sort of thing.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
That's
not like
cool.
one of those things. It's like if you're straight, you're bad, or it's like not too
It's
much
not
in
like-
your face where it makes you
It's
uncomfortable.
not like an SJW.
Really?
Yeah,
pushy.
it's not, yeah. So like the worst that like the most like the gayest thing that happens is that two like male characters. So the main character Sato and Uniyama, the guitarist, kiss. So
That's cute.
and that's like at the end, and it's like not even like it's like proper wholesome. It's not like sexualized at all or anything. Because not a lie, yeah, as a straight person watching that, if I see it's like too like
Yeah.
fucking Boku no Pico, yeah, yeah.
Nah, Boku no
Fucking-
Pico is different. It's different reasons.
Because think about it, yeah, there are some animes out there that are boy love, yeah, and they're like really like sexual, like really like
True.
so say if you're gay, it'd be like your High School DxD, right?
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. So but with this anime, it's not like that at all. It's like actually properly like wholesome and it's got depth and there's
Really?
actually like points of interest and it's some of the shit they go through is relatable even if you're straight.
Mm.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm
So it's
actually
like, so it's
I've
like
been-
the Love
I've been
Simon of
meaning to-
anime.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's just like
Yeah.
That's
so like,
awesome.
it's basically
I actually-
the intro, the music, everything's nice. It's good.
That's cool. I've been meaning to watch them ever since you showed me that. Like I've been meaning to watch like something
Awesome.
different.
Imagine,
But
bro,
yeah.
I get hella puss, and I'm waiting for the season 2.
It's questionable, but yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay, I get some puss.
Alright.
Okay, I'll be straight with you. I haven't had puss since November, but
Yeah,
you know, just
Yes.
putting it out there, I like puss.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, no. All right, cool. Do you guys want to end the episode there? Do you guys want to say more?
Main
I mean, that is-
topic. I've been looking at the thing, the clock, and we actually need to finish it. But I want to talk about the main topic.
Next episodes. We've got next
Go,
episodes.
go.
No.
No, hang on. I want to hear. I want to
Say
hear
your
this.
shit then. Say your shit.
Yeah.
Say your shit. Say your shit.
I
Say-
bet. Let's go.
Say it
Let's
with your
go,
chest.
y'all. Cowboy Bebop versus
My God.
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo, because I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop.
You cannot compare both of them. They're two
Why
different
fucking-
art because they're two different art forms.
Thing is, though, I really
Cowboy-
fuck with the vibe, though, of
The
Samurai
vibes,
Champloo.
yeah, the vibes are different. The vibes are different. You cannot. It's basically you're listening to two different genres. You're listening to hip hop, and you're listening to jazz,
Like, lo-fi, yeah.
jazz and blues, and you're listening to hip hop on one. Cowboy Bebop is jazz of it because
think-
everything
Cowboy
because-
Bebop. Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
because they've been constructing that series by music. The main director, he loves music so much, and he wanted to put that Western jazz into the scene of this. anime.
to embrace it.
He wanted to embrace it, and that is why there's a great essay on it, and I'll give you the link so you can put it in the description so they can see it as well. And it's awesome.
It is the same director. It's the same director between the two shows.
It is the same director, and he loved jazz so much that he put it wanted to put it on the whole genre. And Samurai Champloo for story. I haven't actually done like a lot of research on the behind the scenes of music of the Samurai Champloo, but they brought in Nujabes. He also has.
There are a lot
taste
more
in jazz.
people. A lot of people worked on the music for Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
like.
don't forget Shiki no Uta.
The lo-fi from Samurai Champloo and really Cowboy. Really, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say.
Well,
But-
there was like
but-
hip hop. There was
but-
hip hop
yeah.
producers on the what's it? There
Samurai
was a hit. Yeah, Samurai Champloo had instead of just like regular score, like a regular composer for a score, it had a what's it? It had a hip hop producer on there as one of the members working on the sound.
Yeah, it was Nujabes. They had Shingo 2 on it as well.
Yeah, they but Cowboy Bebop only had a composer in Yoko Kanno.
Yeah, oh my god, bro.
So that is a very different that's a very different approach to how music is used.
Yeah,
exactly. And both of them are great because both of them are totally different genres as well. So
I've heard a lot. To me, the one that seems more interesting, just by looking at like the sort of the genres, there's like looking at sort of like a brief read over the Wikipedia. It seems like I think Cowboy Bebop.
The right fucking answer.
Even though like I think I prefer the music in Samurai Champloo, I think Cowboy Bebop is more interesting just because of the whole from what I've seen of it, like the aesthetic, the
aesthetic and the themes.
I agree, Josh. I agree with
the whole, and plus the genre that appeals more to me, like a neo-noir space.
I want to say, I want to say something about both anime. So I agree with Josh on that. I really agree with him. Just because Samurai Champloo is good, yeah, but there's so many the samurai anime industry is very very diluted. You've got Samurai Champloo, obviously. You've got Afro Samurai, probably I think personally the best one. You've got
Samurai Ninja Calls.
Just midpoint, this man left midpoint.
Ty said, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Ty just said he agreed and left, that's all it was.
I agree. And then he fucking does the peace sign.
I'll continue just so we can like not cut too much of it.
Motherfucker said, I'm out, nigga, shit.
It is like the themes as well. The themes are really, really different. What you were saying, the aesthetic of Cowboy Bebop is really great. Is great because first of all, the Cowboy Bebop is cell shaded, which is the old animation that they used to done with like the sheets, the cell sheets and stuff like that, which gives it a totally different aesthetic, a totally old aesthetic, but it's still like alive to this day. It's like people watch it and still think it's timeless, and the setting as well because it's futuristic, but at the same time they keep it because of the music, with the jazz and stuff like that. That is why the reason that I think that it was untouchable, Cowboy Bebop, it was ahead of its time, and until now it is still like timeless. You know, it aged well.
I haven't seen anything from Cowboy Bebop, so I don't. Or not Cowboy Bebop.
I definitely recommend it.
I haven't.
Before we go,
hold on. I still haven't finished. Hold on now.
Go
ahead. What would you say?
So basically, before we go, I've got a homework to set you guys.
Okay, bet.
So this one's on Netflix, so it's easier to find. So this anime.
Put it on the thing.
Okay, but let me say it on here so that the viewers know what.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So basically, it's called Record of Grand Crest War.
Yo, guys.
You interrupted me, you fuck.
Gotcha.
So the anime is called Record of Grand Crest War.
I heard of Grand Crest.
It is amazing. It is very amazing. I recommend it.
Is it okay? Well,
am I abandoning Iron-Blooded?
No. No, it's just extra homework, bitch. On top.
Extra homework.
Hang on a minute. I watch way too many horror films, like way too many films in general. Okay, to be adding two animes. Give me one anime.
Okay, you finish Iron-Blooded Orphans. So I don't have to spoil the next episode.
Yeah.
And then
did you guys see what I said about Samurai Champloo and the Cowboy Bebop?
No, we haven't. I have
You
to
just-
continue my theme so we can just keep it rolling. Keep it. What were you saying then?
I was saying that with Samurai Champloo, yeah, and Cowboy Bebop. Personally, I honestly think that I agree with what Josh was saying about how Cowboy Bebop is better, it's more unique because the Samurai anime.
I'm saying it seems better. I'm saying it seems more appealing.
It seems better. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. I think that I agree with him just because the samurai animes are in the anime world it's a saturated place. You've got Samurai Champloo, Afro Samurai, Dai Shogun, Naruto, which isn't that far from samurai. There's so many. Cowboy Bebop is a bit more unique. You've got obviously the futuristic.
They mix genres. They mix a lot of genres.
Exactly, yeah. You've got the music, which is amazing, and then the way man dresses, like the style of each character. From what I've seen, I haven't watched it. Looks very good. Added with the fact that what's it called? King Vader done a sick job on on
adapting the thing, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. I'm showing off.
However, in the Samurai Champloo side, we got a really old setting. However, they keep mixing it with urban and modern.
Yeah, like graffiti, and like hip hop and shit. Yeah,
like just the way them.
In one of the episodes, in one of the episodes, they animated Japan, a city in Japan, in like modern time, and then they animated to that.
Yeah, and then they edited like back in time.
And they went all the way back.
Wait, what they do?
So basically, they had like a modern, like Japanese location, right? And then they showed it like in recent time, and then they went all the way back to the Samurai Champloo setting, which is like an old setting, in the same place.
So like when you put like a camera and say you're building something, and like you put the camera and you film yourself building it, but you speed up so that
it's just hard.
But they did that but backwards, but backwards instead. And
that sounds
back to the Edo period. Yeah, and then they started saying how they started speaking about how today's graffiti started in the Edo period due to these two guys who were part of the graffiti movement or some shit back then.
Yeah, and it was oh my god, and it's so god.
And then one of them, there's even a character that's MCing and beatboxing goes chicka chicka gee.
Yeah. That's it. And then like everything, they have modern culture engraved, like in that era.
Yeah, and it's joke.
Like,
I like it. I love
it is great. And then you have Mugen, right? And then you have Mugen. His fighter styling is wild, and he.
Oh yeah. He's like a proper e-boy. Like he's a proper like.
Yeah, he's an e-boy. He's an e-boy. Right. He's like, and he's got like the fighting style that he does, like break dancing and stuff like that, and he's wild and shit like that, and he's great. And then you have his contradiction with his Jin, where he's so disciplined,
Jin, like,
and he's like he represents the old ways.
The cold samurai.
Yeah, and it's great.
Good.
It sounds lit.
The music as well is timeless because they have a bit of like that hip hop, that Eastern hip hop engraved on it as well. See,
that's the thing. I'd have to watch that dub. I couldn't watch
for sure
with hip hop. With hip hop involved, I couldn't watch it I couldn't watch it
dubbed.
subbed.
Luckily,
I need to watch it dubbed.
Yeah, there's dubbed. Yeah, there's dubbed. And the thing is as well, the dubs for both, they're awesome.
Yeah, it's sort of like they were meant to be dubbed.
It's not like it's not like the dub for A.C.E.R.T where there was some moments where I was like, yeah, no, that's not.
Like it's forced. Yeah, it's not like. So the dub for this is like proper. Like it was meant. So they made the build. So when they did the anime, it was done so that it made sense in the dub as well. Not like Tokyo Ghoul, where in the dub version it's very confusing compared to the sub version.
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul just dropped off after season 1. Season 1 was really good. Season 2.
I was tweeting about this. Someone who tweeted me? Josh, you tweeted me, yeah.
You
gotta
tweeted
talk about
us.
this. We have to talk about this in the next podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, should we wrap up? Should we wrap this episode up?
Yeah, should we wrap up?
Yeah.
Before I'm going to say like the themes as well. The themes for Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo are different. While the characters in Samurai Champloo, they found meaning out of nothing. There's literally no plot because the whole plot that they have to follow is the girls saying they want to find a samurai who smells like sunflowers.
That's funny.
Sunflowers have no smell, my guy. So it's literally the meaning. The meaning of the anime is not the meaning of. I think there was one episode as well that Mugen's friend came back to him and stuff like that. The episode ended her like screaming and stuff like that, and like
Don't
going
spoil
crazy.
it. Don't spoil it.
Oh no, it's just the thing. There's just a little thing, and then the next
you
episode
shit on me for
they
spoiling
drop that shit. They drop that shit like nothing.
Mm.
It's literally the meaning, like the meaning of Samurai Champloo is nothing. Like people can go out of nothingness. It's not where you go. It's the journey that you take, and the meaning is nothing. And Cowboy Bebop is finding meaning after redemption. It's like basically the whole thing is redemption.
Yeah.
Redemption.
Because there's the theme from Spike that I don't want to spoil, but the anime is old anyway. Like we've all seen Cowboy Bebop except Josh, right?
Cowboy
and Ryan as well.
I watched it, like I tried to watch it like years ago, but
same here. But then the animation style was so old, and then you're like,
that wasn't the problem for me. I just think like I wasn't getting into it at the time, but I was also like watching it on my phone with headphones on while I was walking around my nan's. Like it wasn't like ideal.
Yeah, I guess.
Fair.
But yeah, it's a really good theme. It's like about redemption. So the themes are completely different, and they're so like apart from each other that I feel like these two anime cannot be compared as to why one is better than the other, because one is timeless and the other one redefined. So I cannot say that both of them can be.
They seem completely different as well. Like
they are completely different.
So why the only thing I think it's like comparing Goodfellas to Hugo. Like they're both made by the same person, but they're completely
The origin of this theme is because I saw a post on Instagram because somebody said, "Oh, which one is better, Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo?" And there was so many people saying, "Oh, one is better than the other. This is better than this. Oh, this is better than that." And I was like, I'm about to hand this man's hope.
It sounds like they're not worth comparing.
I'm about to take this nigga's virginity.
Oh my god, bro.
Alright, cool. Does anyone want to say anything before we end?
Yeah, anything before we end?
Girls, get at me, I'm lonely.
Wow.
Hey, same with Josh, ladies and gentlemen.
At TrueJosh0220 on Twitter.
Ooh.
Cool. Everyone let them know where they can find you. Ryan, start please.
Okay, so it's Ryan's funeral. Replace the A's with X's because I'm edgy as fuck.
Yeah, he puts the Tokyo Bridge. You know the one.
The she got there. No, not me.
So reject them and you see the anime.
Yeah, you see the fucking Kennedy screaming out in pain.
Alright, Edson, where can they find you, big man?
Right, they can find me on Instagram at lavender_Ronin. You can find me at RoninMusic_co, and you can find me on Twitter at I'm at Ronin. And you can find me on this podcast every single week.
Awesome. And you can find me at Taiye Obasemo. That is OBASEMO. That will come up with my Instagram, and then 7th tier, number 7th, TIER.
7th tier is on the graphic if we're using the graphic that I made.
Yeah. We should just put all of these on the description anyways.
Enjoy your day, guys. Make sure you don't catch Corona and watch anime.
Come back from next week, then we might have.
If you do catch Corona, use quarantine to watch anime.
Yes, exactly. Just stay on lockdown and watch anime.
You wanted to say come back next week. Finish.
Oh yeah, come back next week where we're probably gonna have some game ideas. I'm cooking up some stuff on the flat, and we're gonna make.
If you don't, I'll.
If you don't, I'll call Itachi to.
No. I'll chase Stell with a big Rambo. You get me, blood. I'm joking now.
Nah. We'll call an anime roadman to go to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Whips out katana.
You think you're better than me, huh?
You approach me.
You approaching me? Alright, we'll end it here.
We're done. We finished.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Time to beat my meat.
God damn it, bro. I'm gonna cut all this shit.
Alright, awesome. That's it. That was sick.